The day before Thanksgiving, 1971, a man in a dark suit and a black clip-on tie bought a one-way ticket from Portland to Seattle under the name Dan Cooper. He took a rear seat on Northwest Orient Flight 305, ordered a bourbon and soda, and lit up. Whatever you think you know about skyjacking's most famous mystery, start by forgetting the name. He was never DB anything. Shortly after takeoff, he handed a note to flight attendant Florence Schaffner. Thinking it was a businessman's come-on, she pocketed it unread. He leaned over quietly. "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." Then he cracked his briefcase just enough to show her red cylinders, wires, and a battery. The come-on theory was off the table. His demands were precise but oddly polite. $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck in Seattle. Flight attendant Tina Mucklow sat with him for hours and called him rational, courteous, even thoughtful. He worried aloud about the crew getting a meal. This is where the Gentleman Bandit legend is born. But that thoughtful gentleman was holding a plane full of people hostage with what he claimed was a bomb. The 727 circled Seattle for 2 hours while the FBI scrambled the ransom. $10,020 bills, 21 pounds of cash. And here's the first crack in the perfect crime. The Bureau photographed every serial number first. The cash was radioactive from the second he touched it. On the ground, Cooper released all 36 passengers and 2 attendants, kept a skeleton crew, and got his fuel. Then he dictated a flight plan only a man who knew airplanes could. Mexico City, flaps at 15 degrees, gear down, under 100 knots, around 10,000 feet. But for all that expertise, the reserve he grabbed was a sewn-shut training dummy, not the move of a master skydiver. The 727 mattered for one feature, a tail staircase that drops in flight. Cooper knew it, sent the crew to the cockpit, and lowered the aft stairs himself. Around 8 p.m. in the rain over the forests near Ariel, Washington, the crew felt a pressure bump. That was it. Cooper had stepped off the back of a moving jet, money strapped to him. The legend says he vanished like a ghost. The reality is a man falling at 10,000 feet in a suit and slip-on loafers. No helmet, no boots, a reserve that didn't open. Not a magic trick. A coin flip with the odds against you. The FBI opened a case file codenamed NORJAK, one of the longest investigations in Bureau history. Ground teams, aircraft, even submarines in Lake Merwin found nothing. No body, no parachute, no money, no Cooper. The dark, the wind, and the guesswork about when he jumped left a search area the size of a nightmare. The wilderness swallowed the whole thing. The one real break didn't come from the Bureau. It came in 1980 from an 8-year-old named Brian Ingram, raking a Columbia River sandbar called Tina Bar to build a campfire, when he uncovered 3 rotting bundles of 20s, about $5,800. The serial numbers matched. The most wanted cash in America, dug up by a kid clearing dirt for a fire. The money raised more questions than it answered. The other 194,000 has never surfaced, not one bill ever in circulation. And the bundles were waterlogged in a way that suggested they'd floated downstream, nowhere near where Cooper was thought to have landed. The big clue just made the hole deeper. So who was he? The FBI looked at over 800 suspects, and every famous one falls apart. Richard McCoy pulled a nearly identical airstare hijacking months later, but he didn't match the description and was probably elsewhere that night. A copycat. Robert Rackstraw got a whole documentary the FBI flatly rejected. Kenneth Christiansen gave a vague deathbed almost confession that named nothing. And when relatives offered up an uncle, Lynn Doyle Cooper, the DNA on the tie didn't match. That tie is the most tantalizing thing left. Under a microscope, researchers found rare metal particles, titanium and exotic alloys, hinting Cooper worked in aerospace or metals, maybe near Boeing. It names the type, not the man. In July 2016, after 45 years, the FBI quietly closed the active case. It is still the only unsolved skyjacking in American history. Here's the part the legend never wants to hear. The romantic ending is a beach in Mexico. The honest one is a cold riverbank in Washington, a man who jumped into a freezing storm with no gear and a chute he couldn't use, and most likely died that night. The perfect crime wasn't perfect. The master skydiver grabbed a fake parachute, and the famous name is a newspaper typo. So that's our season, a run of stories where the legend ate the facts and the truth came out stranger. Some mysteries we close. This one stays open, out in the dark, the way a good myth likes it. We'll keep busting the rest.